Welcome back to 5-Star Recap. Today I will show you a neo-noir erotic thriller from 1992 titled Basic Instinct. Enjoy! In the challenging world of the San Francisco Police Department, Detective Nick Curran, who has seen better days, is summoned to investigate the brutal murder of Johnny Boz, a former rock star of considerable wealth. Boz met a tragic end, fatally stabbed with an ice pick while in the company of a blonde woman. Complicating matters, Boz's connections to the mayor's office cast a shadow over the investigation. The primary lead in Boz's murder directs the police's attention toward Catherine Trammell, a prosperous and highly successful crime novelist who was the last person seen with Boz. Curran, accompanied by fellow detective Gus Morin, known as George, embarks on a quest to locate Trammell at her luxurious Pacific Heights residence. However, they encounter only Roxy, Trammell's partner, at home. Roxy informs them that Trammell is at her beach house in Stinson Beach and reassures them by saying she didn't commit the crime. Curran and Moran proceed to the beach house to question Trammell, finding her seated on a deck chair overlooking the ocean. The two officers introduce themselves, prompting Trammell to assert, "I know who you are." They inquire about her relationship with Boz, to which she coldly denies any romantic involvement, stating, "I wasn't in a relationship with him. It was purely physical." Her lack of remorse upon learning of Boz's death leaves Curran deeply unsettled. Curran's path crosses with Beth Garner, an SFPD psychiatrist mandated by Internal Affairs. She inquires about his history of substance abuse, to which he truthfully responds with 3 months of sobriety. Beth states she still misses him. Curran leaves. Both Nick Curran and Gus Moran uncover an alarming parallel. Trammell's latest novel mirrors the murder, with a former rock star bound to a bed with a white scarf and repeatedly stabbed with an ice pick. Suspicion intensifies, focusing squarely on Trammell as the prime suspect. Following another tense confrontation, Trammell reluctantly agrees to be interviewed at police headquarters. She requests a change into something more appropriate. Curran watches as she changes into her dress and returns wearing a short white miniskirt. During the interview, she adopts a provocative demeanor, briefly exposing herself in a manner that greatly discomfits the interrogators, especially Curran. Persistently addressing Curran by his first name, Trammell's actions sow further confusion. Later that evening, Curran regrettably reverts to drinking after a 3-month period of sobriety during an altercation with Officer Nielsen, a persistent figure from Internal Affairs who has continually posed challenges throughout Curran's career. Beth Garner enters the scene, and the two engage in a passionate encounter, culminating in Curran's request for a cigarette and Beth's curt dismissal. Amidst these intriguing developments, Curran uncovers tragic details about Trammell's past, including the loss of her parents in a boat explosion during her adolescence. He also learns of Trammell's disturbing pattern of associating with violent criminals, such as a woman who killed her husband and children. During a visit to Trammell's residence, Curran makes the unsettling discovery that she possesses confidential information about him, knowledge typically reserved for the psychiatrist Garner. Confronting Garner, Curran learns that IA investigator Nielsen had been attempting to remove him from the force, prompting Garner to share his private file for evaluation. The sudden and suspicious demise of Nielsen, discovered with a fatal gunshot wound to the head in his car, raises doubts about Curran's involvement. An impassioned and treacherous affair ignites between Curran and Trammell. Tragically, Roxy's attempt to harm Curran results in her own tragic end. Despite being on leave, Curran perseveres in his independent investigation, unearthing evidence that seemingly points to Trammell's guilt. However, as he delves deeper, Curran stumbles upon unsettling information about Garner, including a past affair between her and Trammell marked by accusations of obsession and a murder involving an ice pick during their college years while both majored in psychology. Tragically, Curran's partner falls victim to a gruesome murder mirroring Trammell's unpublished work. Curran confronts Beth at the crime scene, leading to a tragic confrontation where he mistakenly believes she is the perpetrator. In her final moments, Beth declares her love for Curran. The subsequent search of Beth's apartment yields incriminating evidence, including a .38 revolver, copies of Trammell's books, victim photos, and an ice pick, all pointing to her as the murderer of Boz and Curran's partner. In a chilling twist, the intense and passionate relationship between Trammell and Curran continues, fraught with danger. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this. Thanks for watching.